Good afternoon, guys. Thanks for joining us. This is going to be a very quick introduction to the Catalyst programming tool. The Catalyst programming tool is used for all of the Circon 400 series controllers, which are free programmable DDC controllers. And in this video, we're not going to go too much in depth. I'm just going to cover some basic layout and where everything is. And there's going to be many videos coming soon where we're going to go into more detail of everything. So I'm going to start the Catalyst program so you guys can take a quick look at the layout. As you can see, you have some familiar menus up top here, and then on the left hand side we have the toolbox kind of window. The toolbox window is basically the collection of all the programming tools, and there's different categories as you can see in the toolbox window. I'm going to come back to this in a second. The middle of the page is basically what we call the programming page, where you drag and drop your blocks into it. And then the right hand side is your properties window. Depending on what you have selected, the property window will display different properties. And lastly, on the bottom, this is what we call the browser window, where it would automatically populate as you drag and drop blocks onto the page. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name my page. So this one I'm going to call inputs. Okay, that's that. I'm going to add another page quickly here. I'm going to call that outputs. So you can see how I quickly added 2 pages. There is really no limit as to how many pages you can add, and depending on your style of programming, you can have many pages, or you can have few pages that are, have many program blocks in them. Everybody has different preferences. The Catalyst tool doesn't restrict you, and you can program as you wish. So what I'm going to do is, for this example, I'm just going to drag some of the blocks in for you guys just so you can see what it looks like. So let's drag in an analog input block. So I'm going to go to the hardware category and I'm going to drag an analog input block. What's really important for you guys to notice is Catalyst will automatically choose the right analog input for you. For example, this is analog input number 1, so I dragged it in, and then if I drag another block in, it already knows that it's used analog input number 1, so it chooses analog input number 2. And then, of course, you can go in and change the number of the analog inputs if you had to. But for this example, I'm just not going to do that. Okay, so I have my analog input dragged in. Let's say I want to simulate a simple thermostat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the HVAC category and I'm going to drag a thermostat block in. And then I'll use my connect tool to kind of connect the input to the input slot of the thermostat. And then I'm going to use another block called the reference hub block. And what's very nice about this block is the reference hub allows you to pass information without having to really use the connect tool, which is the wire. So in case you want to keep your page clean, or you want to pass information from this page to another page, you can use the reference hub block. And I'll show you how that works in a second. So let's assume this is the heating thermostat, so I'm going to connect that to this. And let's start naming some of this stuff as well as we go so it's clear. Let's call this one the analog input. Let's call that temperature 1. Okay, so that's my temperature coming in. And let's call the output of the thermostat block, let's call that start fan. Okay, and you don't have to, okay, let's go start fan. Okay, so the only other thing I'm missing in this example is I'm going to add a constant become my set point. Now that can be anything, that doesn't have to be a constant, but I'm just going to keep it simple in this example. So I'm going to make that 72 degrees. Let's say if it's anything below 72 degrees, I want to turn on my fan. So I'll connect that to my set point. As you can see here, there's many different slots available for you. And there's a full-blown help file that comes with Catalyst and explains everything. So this is a little bit beyond the scope of this video, so I'm just going to move on here. So as you can see, we've done our logic. Basically, we have our input coming in, we have a set point, and then our thermostat block will trigger an output in its reverse slot, and it's going to a label called start fan. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my outputs, and I'm going to choose one of my relays or triac, depending on what model you have. So let's say I want to do a digital output, so that would be my relay number 1, digital output number 1. So let's call this one fan start. Okay. Oh, it doesn't like the slash in there, so I'm going to call the fan start. And then, just like the reference hub, basically the corresponding block for a reference hub is a reference target, so it's you use it in pairs basically. So as you can see, I can choose my reference hub in the drop down there, and then I can quickly connect this to this. So this is it. This is my first little project done very quickly. As you can see, I can drag and drop many different blocks, do many different sequences. Before I finish off this video, I just want to show you a couple of outstanding features of Catalyst here quickly. As you can see, first of all, there's many different categories, and there's literally many blocks in these categories, so you can do any type of sequence that you can even imagine. Another really neat feature is the LON feature here, where you can not only grab information from your LON network, if you had a LON network, and bring it into the 400 series controller, but you can also pass information to a 400 to a LON system. So, and then same thing with the Modbus. So as you can see, let's say I have a Modbus meter, and I want to read some info from the Modbus meter. I want to pass into a LON system. So I can do that with a 400 series controller very quickly and very easily. And vice versa. Let's say I had some LON thermostats and I wanted to pass it into a Modbus system that for some reason was controlling some type of industrial system. So I can do that with the 400 series controller as well. So it gives you a lot of possibilities to use the 400 series controllers, not only as a programmable device, but as a gateway as well. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here for this quick video. There's going to be our contact information coming up shortly at the end of this video. So please drop us a line, give us your feedback. If you have any features you'd like to add to the 400 series controller or to the Catalyst, also let us know. We welcome all feedback from you guys, and we're basically a customer-driven company. So the more information you give us, the more we will be able to come up with products that would be useful for you. Okay, thanks very much, guys, and until the next video, we'll see you soon.